What's up, everybody? Just wanted to give a quick recap on the card today. All right, this is gonna be quick. I'm definitely gonna make more content on the entire card, but I wanted to do a quick recap. Shout out to everyone that was here on the live. The live was fire. Like the live was really good. You know what I mean? Joshua Buati, Callum Smith. Callum Smith won decision. I think it was pretty clear. I think it was a good fight. I think it was close. I thought one of the cards was a little wide, but overall, Callum Smith won the fight. Like he deserved the win. He was just better. He was stronger. He was more consistent. Buati got hit with everything that was thrown at him. I think even Callum Smith did a better work on the inside. Buati did some good work and he had some moments, but it just wasn't enough. He's a strong dude. He's very durable, but he just got hit with too much. I thought there was periods where I thought Callum Smith was looking to stop him. But Boasi's just a tough dude, and if Benavidez, since Benavidez is not going to fight Bivol or Better BF, because those guys are probably going to have a trilogy fight, I would like to see Callum Smith against David Benavidez next. Okay, that's what I want to see. I already know Callum Smith is a man though now, but I want to see that now. Benavidez against Callum Smith, and then the winner of that fight go on to fight the winner of Better BF and Bivol. All right. Moving forward, next fight. What was the next fight? I can't remember the exact order, but I'm gonna go Zhilei Zhang against Ajay Kabayel. I think that fight was the most it was the most random dominant round. Like I wasn't surprised at Kabayel winning. It was just the way that he did it. I only gave Zhilei Zhang one round. He won the first round to me. And after that, I think he started to look tired as early as the second round. He was breathing heavy. Kabayel kept the pressure on him right away, He did get dropped in one of those rounds. I think maybe it was a fourth round. But I think outside of the knockdown, Kabayel was dominant even the entire round that he got dropped in. He just got a little bit too greedy and got caught with a good shot. But Zhilei Zhang got destroyed, man. I think he got stopped in the sixth round. Kabayel was going to the body the entire fight. He had very little respect for Zhilei Zhang's power. And he just did the best work, man. He just outworked him and beat him up, Zhilei Zhang, I would like to see him if he doesn't retire. I would like to see him against Martin Bakoli because he got knocked out. So I would like to see that fight. I think if Zhilei Zhang is going to stick around, I would like to see that fight. Or maybe Dillian White. I think if he's going to stick around, he has to drop down a little bit. But Kabayel is a beast. And depending on who Usyk is going to face, I don't know if he's going to face Triple D. I don't know if Triple D is going to face Joseph Parker, but I think Kabayel is right there for a title shot, and I think he should get one. If the two champions don't fight each other in a rematch, I would like to see Kabayel against Joseph Parker. All right. Moving forward, Virgil Ortiz against Idril Mazarov. Not the fight I thought it was going to be. I didn't think it was as fun as I thought it was going to be. Mazarov was doing a too much moving early. But he was tricky, he was pot shotting, he was landing some big shots here and there. But Virgil Ortiz was too consistent. He was consistent. He was just better than me. His jab was consistent. And once it became a dogfight, once it became like an inside fight, he was the better fighter in my opinion. He was going to the body, and I think he was really hurting Majimov. Wasn't impressed with Majimov. A lot of dirty tactics, the head, the foreheads, the shoulders. He just didn't really compete to Virgil Ortiz, That's the reason why I picked Virgil, because I just felt like outside of the Terrence Crawford fight, Virgil looked like the better fighter in there, and I think he just was just better, you know what I mean? He looked very impressive. I think I scored it 8 rounds to 4, something like that. But Virgil, I liked his aggressiveness, and I think the fight got fun maybe like the last 4 rounds. But before that, it wasn't really that good of a fight, Virgil was getting confused a little bit. But Virgil's, him being Bohachuk and Majimov now, I can't wait to see him against either Fundora or Bakaram or whatever. Virgil is taking some tough fights. He's doing his thing. Virgil's is legit, legitimate fighter. He's definitely one of the best at 54 right now, but 54 is just a deep, deep, deep division. So it doesn't mean that he's the best. I still want to see more. Moving forward, Hamza Shiraz, probably one of the most disappointing performances in the fight. I think I think the draw was BS. I think Carlos Adames clearly won the fight. I lost on the bet play because I had Adames winning by knockout. I think he kind of gassed out, but he was doing most of the work in the fight. He was making uh, Hamza miss. I mean, he just showed his experience there. I wish he kind of fought southpaw because I thought that was his most dominant position. He didn't do that. And I think that part of it made the fight closer, but I still don't think Hamza won any more than 4 rounds, 3, maybe 4 rounds. Hamza just looked inexperienced in there. He didn't look confident. I know he has like some sort of hand fracture, which his hand did look swollen after he took the glove off, so I get that. But I'm expecting a rematch, and they're probably gonna run it back out in Saudi Arabia at some point. He probably throw him on a card to do a rematch. But Hamza, not really. I really haven't been sold on him, so that's why I kind of picked against him to begin with. But I think he does have a chance to rematch just because Carlos Adames did get kind of tired towards the last few rounds. You know what I mean? I thought he could have finished stronger. Moving on, Shakur Stevenson against Josh Padley. I mean, Shakur looked like Shakur. I think the only thing that annoyed me is that the amount of time it took for him to just commit to the body. Like, he showed us within the first 2 or 3 rounds that he can hurt Padley to the body. I just wasn't sure why he was taking so long to really commit to it. You know what I mean? Shakur, for some reason, there's a part of him that just like it appears like he likes to play with his food. I don't know why he's like that, but it is what it is. But he did his thing. I didn't give Padley any rounds. I mean, Padley's quick. He was good, like especially the first couple rounds. He's definitely sharp. I can see why he lost to Mark Chamberlain, but Shakur Stevenson is on a way different level. And Shakur took him out in the second half of the fight. All right. Joseph Parker, Martin Bacoli, I still have to rewatch that knockdown. That knockdown was crazy. I actually thought Parker was taking the wrong approach by coming in head first with his head down. And I thought he was going to set himself up to get caught with an uppercut from Bacoli. But he hit him with a grazing overhand right that hit his temple and equilibrium and threw him off. Had him on noodle legs. He fell down hard. He got back up. I don't know exactly why the fight was stopped. I have to rewatch it. Maybe it's because the ref just felt like he couldn't continue. I don't know if the towel, the corner got in, but I mean, even though Bacoli, last minute, overweight, probably didn't sleep, all of those things factor in. But I got to give credit for Parker for knocking him out in 2 rounds. Like, now I see why he was so heavy in this fight, because he planned on landing a bomb on Daniel Dubois, and he did it to Martin Bacoli. And it's a big win, even though Bacoli was probably not as the best. It's still a big win. I mean, Parker is going to crazy roll to go from Wilder to go to Zhilei Zhang to go to Martin Bacoli. He's got a good run right now. Like I said, I want to see him in the championship fight against Triple D or Usyk, or I want to see him against Ajay Kabayel in the very next fight. Finally, the main event. It's weird. I definitely want to go back and rewatch it. I want to base everything on first viewing. But in my opinion, I think both fighters performed better in the first fight. If I had to pick the winner in the first fight, I remember I was kind of leaning towards draw or maybe Bivol by a round. I think in a rematch, I think I think you could make a better case for Better BF winning the second fight, but I scored it a draw, you know? Bivol wasn't nearly as active to me as he was in the first round. I think he boxed better in the first fight. But I think when Better BF started to pick up the pace in the first fight, I thought he did a better job picking up the pace in the first fight than he did in the second. Like, he landed more cleaner punches in the first fight, in my opinion. So again, I have to rewatch it, but it was a close fight again. We're probably gonna get a trilogy. Bivol won a decision. I'm happy for him, because both fights were really, really close. So I'm happy. But I can definitely like I'm gonna lean towards Bivol in this in the third fight only because even though like it was a close fight still, I don't see the level of intensity from Better BF like I have in previous fights, you know? And even in the first fight, you know, I think he was just more I think he was stronger in the first fight than he was in this fight. You know what I mean? So we're probably gonna get a third fight soon. Again, I'm gonna talk more about these fights in the future, but I just wanted to do a quick recap before I move on. All right. Again, please shout out to everyone. Oh man, shout out to everyone that was here. This is the longest live I ever done. All right, 8.5 hours. So shout out to everyone that was here. Shout out to everyone that's new. Shout out to anyone that supported me in any way tonight. I really appreciate the love and support. It took a lot of hard work. I didn't have a lot of time. I was basically in the last week or so going to work, watching boxing, and recording content for you guys. I didn't have any time in between to really do anything, you know, but sleep and eat. So this was a very active week, and I hope you guys appreciate. You know, I know I didn't get all the picks right, but anyway, I had a good time. I don't really care about that. I had a good time, and I appreciate these fights because I know the harder the fights get, or at least the more 50-50 as the fights get, it's gonna be harder to call. And I don't even mind being wrong about picks. It's just more about giving me quality fights. And even though some of these fights didn't go the way I thought it was gonna go, like as far as action, I still think it was a beautiful card that Turkeyology put together. And I look forward to more cards in the future, right? So anyway, I'll see you guys soon. You have a good night. All right, peace.